Do I really need this? No? It doesn't work. Hi. It doesn't really. Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Erin Brockovich. You know, I have a joke. Not that we're in a funny moment, but everybody's under a lot of stress, so I'll just let you know anyway. I'm not Julia Roberts, okay? Ha ha. That's confusing to a lot of people. You know, one of the hardest parts of my work in these types of situations is I truly, every time I come to a community that has been harmed, it breaks my heart. Because when I come to these communities, they are some of the greatest people I ever meet in my life. Reverend, hello, it's nice to see you again. We saw you last week. Thank you for being here. And it frustrates me further when we have a situation like this and everybody is concerned and clamoring and wants to know information, and it becomes even more frustrating for me. In a situation like this, we're kind of learning as we go along as well what's going on, who's not being forthwith, what we can find out, how we can mobilize, and how we can get here for you. I came into town last week, I got into town last night, and I spent all morning working, talking to, and getting to know a lot of the residents within the 1 mile containment zone. I left so frustrated. I felt like I was dizzy with information. I found myself physically shaking because I could feel and understand their frustration. I was shocked at the photos they had of what was happening that night, right there in their own backyard. I was shocked at some of the images and photos that they were taking when this explosion occurred, and wondering how far, how wide that fallout could have been. I know that is a concern for so many people we're talking to. I was stunned to listen at some of the health problems that they are experiencing. And where I get super frustrated when I get into these communities after an incident like this is, for some reason, nobody wants to listen to them or to the people to which this very act happened to. And to hear once again from these folks that they're continually repeating, we trusted you, you were told it's safe to come back in this entire area that was evacuated, yet we come back and we continue to tell you, we can't breathe, we're having throat issues, we have headaches, we can smell things, something's still not right. And they've gone to the doctor, and they've shared the photos of going to the doctor with like pits in their throats. Their throats have been burned, but yet they can't get anybody to give them information. And that's the thing that happens for all of us. And my frustration is, and to give you a little background on me, I began my work in Hinckley, California when I was 31 years old. I'm 62 years old today. I'm a grandmother of 4. And I cannot believe, once again, in a 30-year window, we continue to have disasters like this. We continue to cut maintenance. We continue to cut infrastructure funding. We continue to push away oversight, regulations. We have no coverage. We have no enforcement. And then another disaster happens. I just don't feel like in a 30-year window we've made much progress. And I'm really, really beginning to become concerned. Not as an alarmist, but to be here with another community, and this is going to be a large community of everyone's concern about something that I don't know that maybe we've forgotten about, but I don't think you've forgotten about. And it's something I grew up with. I was born and raised in Kansas. And I was taught the greatest and most valuable gifts we have is our land to grow our food, our water, and our people, and our health. That's what matters. And we stand here in the breadbasket of America, with everybody concerned about what will be the outcome to our land, to our water, to our farms, to the food we grow, to our children, and the legacy of what we want to leave, and it all feels like it's in jeopardy. I'm here for you. I have done this for 30 years. I have done this across this country, and it makes me sad to be here with all of you and the uncertainty about our future. So we want to be able to begin to answer some of your questions. There seems to be a void about who's getting what information and why certain agency that we feel should be giving us that information, they in fact themselves don't know. I don't want to get lost in the politics of anything. I want to stay very focused on who did this, Norfolk Southern Railroad, and what's happening to the people. And that's where I want to stay focused. We know how this has happened and what we need to do now. Everything matters. How we progress and move forward and mobilize and give you the best information we can. I'm one of those people that I work better with worst case scenario, because at least I know what to prepare for and what to plan for, and I can't do that if you don't tell me the truth. Beautiful point, and thank you very much, and that's exactly what happened today in doing the media. This is your story. People need to be talking to you. And we had a moment today where the people actually got to talk to the media, that actually got to hear from them. Communities oftentimes feel like they're gaslit, like they're not seen, they're not heard, that their voice doesn't matter. And you do. I'm telling you, I've learned from these communities. You guys are very smart. And this is a moment where every instinct you have will kick in, it will kick up. You know what you're talking about, you know what you've experienced, you know what you're going through. And you are absolutely right. We need to hear from you. Everybody needs to hear from you because this happened to you. So that's where we want to stay focused and how we can give you the best information we do know or don't know. At this moment, there's a lot of unknowns. Norfolk Southern Railroad tends to be the one in charge. Okay, well, I'm sorry, I'm not going to trust them. And they're the ones doing all the data. And I'm not going to trust your data. I am frustrated, and what we are seeing is agencies are deferring to them. I don't want Norfolk Southern Railroad to carry the narrative. I don't trust you. You are the fox in the hen house. I'm not going to trust you. It will be the people that have the story that we need to hear from. And you are left in a place where you have nothing to trust. But I want to tell you, you can trust yourself. You can trust your neighbor. You've had a shared experience. And to come from what you already know, a common sense place right here, what happened to you and what your concerns are, and how we can get that story out there so you are seen, so you are heard. And it's pretty frustrating when we're in a whole mess of leaders and agencies and corporations, information not being disclosed, and in some instances they have it. But what I get frustrated for you for is the inconsistent message. If you don't know, say you don't know. And you need to hear what the people are experiencing. They're having problems. Their animals are having problems. We're pushing a month now. And we need to mobilize, and agencies need to mobilize for you so we can begin how we move forward from, I can't take back what happened. None of you can take back what happened. You've been set up for years, if not decades, of water problems, of potential soil vapor plume, health issues, diminution of your property value, your land, and an uncertain future. So I think it's very important from this moment forward, how we move forward in better protecting you, giving you the information so that you can have at least some idea, some plan, some preparedness for what might come or how you move forward. So I'm here tonight, and I work with a team that I do trust, and I will be here rest of the afternoon, it's not nighttime, and talk with you. But I want to let you know, we see you, I hear you, and we want to work with you in whatever means we can. I have people calling me every single day that just need support, and to know we won't have all the answers, not yet. But that will come. But we need the answers sooner than later, or otherwise we become a community again that sits in the frog in the pot with the boiling water. And it just gets hotter and hotter and hotter, and when you jump, it's too late. We don't want that to happen another time in this community, and it's upsetting. 30 years, and we still are doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. I've always said, and I just feel it, this community, what's happened in Ohio, I don't think we'll be the town remembered that had the train rail derailment that we all forget about. I think this will be the community where change occurs. And by gosh, we will absolutely remember you, not for the tragedy, but for how you rose up as a community and make a change moving forward. I really think we're at the end of the line, no pun intended, right here in Ohio, and you, the people, will be the one that can make that change. So we're here to support you to do that. So, you know, let's be honest here. Anytime these things happen, and I've been called out on every disaster I could think of in the US, there will always be the lawyers who come around. People want to know legal information. They want to know their legal rights when their property's been damaged, their water's been ruined, their health has been impacted. I consult with a law team that I've worked with all the way back to the PG&E fires, who are on the ground, and they stay on the ground with you till this is over, that are able to give you the information, ask your questions. Whatever you decide to do is your choice. It's just for us to give you information, because if you don't have it, you can't protect and defend yourself and your health and your welfare. So it's to give you the best information possible so you can make the best decision for yourself and for your family, however it is you want to move forward. So Michael Watts is here. He's got quite a PowerPoint presentation. There's some stuff there that's frankly gonna maybe scare you. One thing I do know is communities, they handle the truth. They'll process it. They may not want to hear it. They may not like it. But what they won't handle is being misled or being lied to, especially when it comes to the health and the welfare of them and their family. So he has a long presentation, and I believe during that presentation, Bob Bocock will also be talking about a lot of water issues. Everybody has concerns and questions about the well water. Is the water impacted? What will happen in the future? So with that, and here comes Michael Watts. Is it still 160 slides? You don't know? Okay, so this is why I'm not going to talk anymore, but this is Michael Watts. He and I have worked together on many environmental situations, and I'm a fan because he's true to his word, and he's there for the people. I've seen it too many times, and he will mobilize here, and he will stay here with all of you and set up offices here till the end of the line. So with that, Michael Watts, and he's got a presentation.